Gaming nowadays sucks, and there's no more good games to play. Saying that is probably the easiest way to trigger most modern gamers. However, if y'all actually took the time to listen to them people who say that, I promise you realize that they kind of have a point. Cause see, most people who say that come from an era where you didn't have to, quote, expand your horizons to find a good game. Cause back in the day, if you wanted to find a good game, it was easy. Here you go, here you go. No sports, that's fine. Here you go. You want a good detective noir story? There you go. Want a shooting game with some over-the-top gunfights? Here you go. Want GTA but not GTA? Here you go. Need a racing game? Here you go. No microtransactions, by the way. This. Even this. I mean, goddamn, bro, I can keep going.
Then y'all say the only people who say that are people who only play 2K and Madden.
Do realize that those same people are the people who had more than 2K and Madden back in the day. Let me walk you through it real quick. See, back then, we didn't need to just rely on Madden for our football fix. We could go NFL Street. We could go ESPN 2K5. We could go NFL Blitz. We could go NFL Game Day. Hell, fuck it. Let's do it. NFL Quarterback Club. Bro, we didn't need just 2K. We had NBA Street. We had NBA Jam. Man, I bet half of y'all ain't even heard of NBA Shootout. ESPN Basketball. NBA Inside Drive. The GOAT of them all, NBA Live. We had variety back then. We had options, and those games came complete. They didn't come with no microtransactions. Y'all remember when this dropped? Yeah, this shit wouldn't have happened back then. Stop getting upset with people when they say that there ain't no more good games left when you got games like this that come out and it take them 2 fucking years to fix the shit. Because when this dropped, it was finished. It was complete. Wasn't no goddamn patch. Oh yeah, y'all remember this? Midnight releases? Ain't no more of that shit. This was a vital part of gaming culture when there was games that was worth standing outside all goddamn night for. Oh yeah, y'all remember this? Probably not. Couch co-op. The fuck happened here? Another very vital part of gaming culture that was swiped away from us because of corporate greed. Oh no, we don't want 4 of y'all sharing one console. We want all 4 of y'all to buy your own console and just play online like a bunch of fucking dweebs. Like damn bro, whatever happened to family fun games like Guitar Hero and the Rock Band series? Everybody in the living room stressed out mashing the buttons on this motherfucker trying to beat that one song. I don't think y'all realize that when y'all tell people that they have to expand their horizons to find good games, that you're literally proving their point. Because if gaming was currently as good as it always has been according to y'all, wouldn't nobody have to dig for shit. It would just be readily available in their face. Oh yeah, one last thing. When people say there ain't no more good games left, please stop suggesting these super niche ass games that only appeal to one type of person. You know damn well everybody ain't into turn-based RPGs. Cut the shit. So do I think gaming is dead? No. But is it as good as it used to be? Fuck no.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Majors. I'm back with another video, and I'm gonna talk about geek culture. I haven't made a geek culture video in like a long time, so I want to talk about it because we're coming to the end of 2025, going into 2026, and I keep thinking, what are some of the titles that were good? How many times did I go to the movies today? How many anime did I actually watch this year? Right? And honestly, geek culture is, at least in America, I don't know if it's the same in Canada. I don't know if it's the same in the UK. I think geek culture in like Mexico is really cool. But overall, man, geek culture in America, it kind of sucks now. It kind of sucks now. It kind of sucks. Okay, and let me explain. I'm gonna go deeper because it's not just that, you know, everything kind of sucks now. But let me go deeper because remember, the word is geek culture. The culture. You understand? It's the culture that sucks. I feel like there's really no togetherness anymore. Like aside, the only cool thing about geek culture right now, I guess, is like the online space. Like if you have a YouTube channel, you're hanging out with people, right? If you're hanging out with if you're doing live streams with people, that's really cool. Like for example, the YouTube channel, if you guys watch Geeks and Gamers, Flash, right? The Flash YouTuber, what's his name? Yellow Flash? Yeah, Yellow Flash. And what's the other one? And there's a couple of other ones. There's side scrollers. Like geek culture in YouTube is flaming. It is amazing. But in the real world, it really sucks. It really sucks. But first, let's start with movies. Let's start with movies because we all know that Hollywood sucks. Okay, Hollywood sucks. I haven't been excited for like a good movie. The only thing I've been excited for is like just anime, but that comes from Japan. I'm talking about Hollywood, America. Movies made from American producers, right? It sucks. It sucks. Like I haven't gone to the theaters like to watch any American movies this year. I can't think of anything, you know. I've mostly just been saving my money to like go, you know, to like to travel abroad. But other than that, man, I haven't been excited for a lot of movies. Like I think I told you guys before that before 2020, before the pandemic, I would live in the theaters. I would be in the theaters like for at least twice a month, 3 times a month, right? Something like that.
Am I the only one who thinks every movie nowadays is just garbage? Like, they don't make good movies anymore. I watched The Substance. I can't believe I let everybody tell me, oh my god, that movie's so good, you need to watch it. Good where? You know what? Let me take that back. It started out pretty great, okay? It started out good. Demi Moore, I love her, okay? But I just cannot believe this is the only movie she's ever won a Golden Globe for. I'm shocked. I mean, this movie, I don't know. I really wish I could say I love the cinematography of it. I wish I could say I like the special effects. I thought it was awful. When she was on stage at the end, I mean, what was that? Was I supposed to think that was good? I don't understand. Does anybody think that was good? Are you guys being serious when you say that it's a good movie, or are you joking? Like, I need to know, because that can't be real. A lot of people just like to say, you just don't get it. No, I get it. And it wasn't good. I don't want to get it. Actually, I wish I could erase it from my memory. Recently, I watched Trap. Dude, that movie was, oh my god, it was straight garbage. It was so bad. I thought the idea was great. The execution, extremely poor. I literally was like, how much longer is this movie? Is this almost over? Every movie nowadays feels the same. Movies nowadays, they just don't have flavor. They don't have flair. They're not memorable.
This has been the worst October on record since 1997. A lot of veteran filmmakers are complaining that the way Hollywood does business is no longer the same, and it is much harder to get creative ideas greenlit than it was in the past. So you have these well-known filmmakers, Michael Bay and James Cameron, complaining that creative ideas just aren't able to get across the finish line anymore. And they say that something bigger may be broken in Hollywood. Bay voiced frustration over what he called a system afraid of risk.
Something like that. Or every other month, I will watch a lot of movies. Me and my friends would go out and watch a lot of movies. But now it's like, well, what's the point? There's so many crappy movies, and whenever a movie comes out, you can't enjoy it without all the propaganda. It's like, because nowadays you kind of have to know what's happening in the world, because everything's so scary, right? You kind of have to know what's happening in the world now. As to before, you didn't really have to know, because things were not so destructive back then, right? But now the news is like in your face, and when a movie comes out, everybody's talking about it, and immediately they politicize it. So even if the movie does suck, you don't even get to enjoy it. You don't enjoy it the same way. Like, the surprise is just not there. You know what I mean? So, no excitement for Hollywood movies. However, I have talked about this, that anime, Japanese companies are releasing anime in theaters to capitalize on the downfall of Hollywood. That is like one of the best strategies Japan has come up with, honestly. Okay. Now let's go on to video games. Okay, video games. Look, I guess with video games, I guess for some reason I don't think it's as bad as it is with movies, because in movies, with movies, I mean, there's a lot of good things in Hollywood, but nobody wants to go to the theaters anymore. Everybody just kind of like stays at home, waiting for the next season of Stranger Things or whatever other Netflix show, right? But with video games, it's a little different. With video games, the problem is, yeah, a lot of games suck. The main problem with video games is all the live service stuff, like the microtransaction, live service, yeah. But the thing is that the pride in like Western game is gone. The pride in American games is just not there anymore, right? Because if you look at the top-selling games, like for example, Black Myth Wukong, this year it was was it earlier this year? No, last year it was, no, earlier this year was Power World. That was a Japanese game. What was another title? I think it was, no, it wasn't Hogwarts. Hogwarts Legacy came out like last year, I think it was. No, 2 years before. But, Black Myth Wukong, You know, people have been waiting for a lot of Chinese games. Like, I'm actually more excited for Chinese games than American titles. Right? For example, The Last of Us, I don't really play a lot of American games, but The Last of Us was a really cool title. Then came The Last of Us 2, and then it kind of ruined the entire franchise. Really, it really only takes like the second or third film to ruin an entire franchise, and that's what's happening with video games now. A lot of video games they kind of seem repetitive, especially in the first-person shooter world. They just seem kind of repetitive, copy paste, just with different characters. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Concord was a big flop. It was trying to be like Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And there was a couple of other ones, but a lot of the titles that are coming out that are really, really good are just coming out from Asia. You know, Stellar Blade, freaking Final Fantasy 16. A lot of the Chinese games that are coming out.
Gaming nowadays sucks, and there's no more good games to play. Saying that is probably the easiest way to trigger most modern gamers. However, if y'all actually took the time to listen to them people who say that, I promise you realize that they kind of have a point. Cause see, most people who say that come from an era where you didn't have to, quote, expand your horizons to find a good game. Cause back in the day, if you wanted to find a good game, it was easy. Here you go, here you go. No sports, that's fine. Here you go. You want a good detective noir story? There you go. Want a shooting game with some over-the-top gunfights? Here you go. Want GTA but not GTA? Here you go. Need a racing game? Here you go. No microtransactions, by the way. This. Even this. I mean, goddamn, bro, I can keep going.
Then y'all say the only people who say that are people who only play 2K and Madden.
You do realize that those same people are the people who had more than 2K and Madden back in the day? Let me walk you through it real quick. See, back then, we didn't need to just rely on Madden for our football fix. We could go NFL Street. We could go ESPN 2K5. We could go NFL Blitz. We could go NFL Game Day. Hell, fuck it. Let's do it. NFL Quarterback Club. Bro, we didn't need just 2K. We had NBA Street. We had NBA Jam. Man, I bet half of y'all ain't even heard of NBA Shootout. ESPN Basketball. NBA Inside Drive. The GOAT of them all, NBA Live. We had variety back then. We had options, and those games came complete. They didn't come with no microtransactions. Y'all remember when this dropped? Yeah, this shit wouldn't have happened back then. Stop getting upset with people when they say that there ain't no more good games left when you got games like this that come out and it take them 2 fucking years to fix the shit. Because when this dropped, it was finished. It was complete. Wasn't no goddamn patch. Oh yeah, y'all remember this? Midnight releases? Ain't no more of that shit. This was a vital part of gaming culture when there was games that was worth standing outside all goddamn night for. Oh yeah, y'all remember this? Probably not. Couch co-op. What the fuck happened here? Another very vital part of gaming culture that was swiped away from us because of corporate greed. Oh no, we don't want 4 of y'all sharing one console. We want all 4 of y'all to buy your own console and just play online like a bunch of fucking dweebs. Like, damn, bro, whatever happened to family fun games like Guitar Hero and the Rock Band series? Everybody in the living room stressed out, mashing the buttons on this motherfucker trying to beat that one song. I don't think y'all realize that when y'all tell people that they have to expand their horizons to find good games, that you're literally proving their point. Because if gaming was currently as good as it always has been, according to y'all, wouldn't nobody have to dig for shit. It would just be readily available in their face. Oh yeah, one last thing. When people say there ain't no more good games left, please stop suggesting these super niche ass games that only appeal to one type of person. You know damn well everybody ain't into turn-based RPGs. Cut the shit. So do I think gaming is dead? No. But is it as good as it used to be? Fuck no.
You know, and then when a good game comes out, like what was it, Hi-Fi Rush? You know, they kind of water it down, or they make it seem like it wasn't that great or something. You know, Microsoft sold the studio that made Hi-Fi Rush after the game was actually very, very successful. That didn't make any sense. But hey, so the excitement in video games is outside of America. That's what's happening. The excitement is outside of the country. It's crazy. Okay. And now let's talk about, you know, going out with geek culture. I want to talk about going shopping. Going shopping as a nerd now sucks because people are like afraid to talk to strangers. It used to be that, you know, back then when you would walk around the store, you go to the mall, go to FYE or like GameStop or any other gaming store, you would stop somewhere and you could actually have a conversation with people about video games, right? But now I feel like people are just kind of like afraid to talk to each other, or maybe you'll talk to them for a while, but you don't really make friends, you don't really make acquaintances. It's kind of like everybody's just like, they just want to buy and go home. You buy, go home. There's no socialization. You don't really socialize with anybody. It's just It's like it's just everybody to themselves. And that's really depressing. It's really depressing because me as a millennial, I came from a time where, even me, and I'm saying this as an introvert, even me as an introvert, I still enjoy the culture, still enjoy like talking to people, I still enjoy, doing all these things. And it seems to me like people have just become more and more, I don't want to say introverted, but just maybe like antisocial, I guess. I think it's probably the stress, like the stress of the economy. Like maybe people are just working two jobs and they don't want to be bothered. They don't have time to like have fun or make friends, right? Everybody's just thinking, oh, I gotta pay my bills, right? The economy is really like, putting just a lot of stress on people. But I also think it's COVID. I also think it's the 2020 pandemic. Everybody, staying at home for 1 or 2 years, not socializing much. It really did. It really hurt people. It really hurt. It really caused a lot of mental. I'm gonna say mental damage, to the point where I guess it just made people more antisocial. Friendships in America are not what they used to be. They're just not what they used to be. And it really sucks. It really sucks. And this also ruins geek culture because it used to be that if you were a nerd, you were very connected to other nerds, right? And usually you would make quick friends with other nerds because, I at least with anime and gaming, I guess back then, even in the 2020s, it still was not as popular. So when you meet all the nerds, it was kind of like you click really fast, right? Maybe you exchange phone numbers, exchange social media, do all that, right? And that's how you would make friends. But now it's like, just kind of like maybe talk a little bit and then just go your own way. It's like the culture's just not there, and it's just everybody, the way that life is now. You go out, you go shopping for whatever you want, you come home, and then you consume your entertainment at home, right? And this leads me now to the anime convention conversation, right? So, look, the last time I went to an anime convention, it was I think it was 2022. That was the last time I went to an anime convention. And I think that's one of the reasons why and don't get me wrong, I actually had fun, but after the pandemic, I did notice things were changing a little bit, right? At least the attitude, the perception of a lot of people. I guess it also depends on what kind of group you're hanging out with, but anime conventions now have become like nightclubs, if you know anything about nightclubs are no longer fun because people go there to look at their phones. People go there to look at their phones. So they're not really dancing. They're not really like interacting with people much. I don't know. It's like, what's the point of going to a place if you're not going to, be active? Right. So that's kind of how I feel with anime conventions now. People go there. Yeah, the cosplays are cool. People take pictures, but like the connectivity, it seems like is just not there. It's one of the reasons why I haven't been very excited to go. Right. It used to be in the 2010s. It used to be that you go to an anime convention with no friends, and then you would walk out of an anime convention with like 3, 4, 5 friends. Right.
Conventions as we know them are dying, and I want to talk about it. The first and biggest thing that's happening to conventions is the cost to attend is skyrocketing. I want to pull up receipts. Hold on. Here's just one example. I have gone to Anime Milwaukee every single year since 2020. In 2020, I'm looking at my receipt right now. I paid $55 for my weekend badge in 2020. And that was 1 month before the convention. This year, 2025, I bought my badge in May, which is 9 months, 10 almost, before the convention. I paid $70, 10 months before the convention. Right now, it's $80. If I were to buy my badge a month before the convention, like I did 5 years ago, I would be paying $80. It's gone up $30 in 5 years just to go for a weekend. Next problem is just the overall culture of being at a convention has drastically changed. People don't engage with each other anymore. Nobody approaches another person anymore. Everyone sticks to themselves. I'll get compliments by people like walking by me, but nobody will like stop and take a picture. And if they do stop to take a picture and ask, they don't get my Instagram afterwards to like say who I am. Artist alleys and vendor halls are also going off the wayside because, as you've probably seen, 3D printed stuff is becoming a lot more common in the artist alley. The problem is that the 3D printed sellers are not modeling their own prints. They're buying them from somebody else and then just printing them out and selling one thing for 3 times the cost of what the entire 3D model was when they paid for it. That, along with a whole bunch of other just mass-produced, drop-shipped, handmade slop, ending up in the artist alley where actual artists could be selling. Conventions will put up signs everywhere about cosplay's not consent, we care about you, talk to safety, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then they don't enforce the bans on Whole Wheat Pete. And he still shows up and is obnoxious and ruins people's convention experiences. As somebody who always plans my cosplays around the meetup schedule, going to meetups fucking sucks now. People show up to the meetup, they take selfies for 15 minutes, exchange an Instagram handle maybe, and then leave. Nobody even talks about the fandom that we're meeting up for anymore. I'll go to the My Hero Academia cosplay meetup in my Tamaki cosplay, and I'll take about 5 photos with people who actually know who I'm cosplaying, and then we all leave, because nobody actually talks about My Hero Academia at the My Hero Academia meetups. It's just a place to take photos for your Instagram post after the convention. It's just, overall, as I've been going to cons for the past 5 years, especially the past couple years, now that I've had, like, the financial stability to regularly go to conventions, I'm noticing every year the overall quality of the convention I'm going to is getting worse, but the price of the badge is going up exponentially every single year. I guess what I'm saying is that conventions don't really care about their attendees and the quality of their convention anymore. The conventions just care about being able to pull in enough money so that they can put the convention on again next year and make even more money, and then more money after that. And it's a constant profit grab instead of actually doing something for the communities that you are supposed to be servicing with your convention. And this isn't just large-scale cons either. This is smaller cons too, that are like falling into this rabbit hole of desperately trying to make money off the backs of their attendees while not trying to provide a good quality convention for us to attend. Unless attendees actually start being more vocal about these sorts of things, like the literal raining shit at Katsucon, like, these conventions are just gonna keep doing this to us if we don't, like, do anything and we just let them. So, when your convention puts out their feedback form after the con, you go in and tell them every single thing you didn't like, so that they at least hear it. Even if they don't make any change, they need to hear it. Because I'm sick and tired of paying way too much for nothing.
Right, so it was cool. The culture was cool. You know what I mean? So, but now it doesn't feel that way. It feels like if you want to make friends now, you have to go very niche, right? You have to go very niche. Like, I'll give you an example. The way that I've made anime friends now is because I have a YouTube channel And I made friends with Dash Attack. Go check out his YouTube channel. Made friends with Dante's Rant Room. Go check out his YouTube channel. MK Mobile Gaming, Angry Guy, Mapball Gaming. These have now become my friends online. And I know it's just the internet. And I've actually met some of them in the real world, right? And that's how it is. It seems to me like now if you want to build a community, you first have to build it on the internet first and then in the real world. Right? You have to build your community on the internet, right? Through your YouTube channel, through your Twitter account, and then set up a meetup in the real world, and then the people that want to show up will show up, and then that's how you make friends now. Whereas to before, you could just talk to people, and everybody was normal. Everybody was freaking normal, for God's sakes. So yeah, anime conventions have gone down in quality. They've really gone down in quality, and that's why. And it's because of the culture. The panels are still there. You can go there. The cosplay is still there. The panels are still there. The shopping is still there. Well, everybody's broke now. People people don't have a job now, so they don't want to go out. But anime conventions are there. It's just that it seems like they're just not as fun anymore because the culture has changed and everybody's just like socially paranoid for some reason. Well, I mean, if you live in America, you would know why. You would know why if you live in America, why everybody's like socially paranoid. Political tensions, social instability, so too much social diversity and all that. You guys get the point, right? But also another thing about something about anime conventions that it seems like people have been. I don't know if people are just noticing now. But or maybe it's the new generation of anime fans. But now there's been a lot of complaints about anime conventions just stinking. They just stink. People don't take a shower. They don't put deodorant. I don't know what. Is this new generation of anime fans that did their parents not teach them how to take a shower? What the heck is going on, man? Seriously, what is going on with that?
Why do anime conventions always stink? Someone really needs to study it. Are people just not showering at all? They're skipping that step when they wake up, just hopping into cosplay. We need armpit checks at the doors for the convention. Because I think people are just throwing on cologne and deodorant on a stink body, and that just makes it worse, bro.
Oh, brother, do I have a story for you. Anime NYC was by far the smelliest convention I have ever been to. There were some smells in there that were probably the worst smells that I've ever smelled in my entire life. Walking past the HoloLive stage was like playing Russian roulette. You never knew what you were gonna get. There was also this really, really disgusting popcorn stench that was going throughout the entire convention, almost every single spot you walk through. I'm sorry, but I'm not exaggerating when I say those popcorn stands should be banned from the convention forever. As with any anime convention, you do go in expecting bad smells because there are so many anime fans that don't know what a shower is, don't know what deodorant is. But seriously, I kid you not, I was not expecting it to be this bad. I will say overall, Anime NYC was a very solid experience. It was a very fun convention. But goddamn, do people in New York City need to learn how to shower and how to use deodorant properly.
So I just came back from MegaCon and I gotta bring this up to everybody's knowledge. I don't get it how we have come so far as a society, especially in the anime and gaming community world, to where we have done so many conventions, yet we keep repeating the exact same issue. Number one, why do you all not bathe? What is wrong? And it'll be grown adults. It'll be grown adults who just refuse to bathe. I went to MegaCon, walked in immediately. I was in the little, where you get your badge and you have to do the activation or whatever of the badge. I'm like, it doesn't smell. It smells good. Maybe we've learned our lesson. And then right when you hit the door, it'll have the sign that says, join the adventure or something like that. And you're going in, it's immediately poop, piss, vomit, and cigarette smoke or weed smoke. And it's like, I can't pinpoint exactly who it is, but I know it's a collective sort of thing. Bathe the night before, the day before, at least bathe the morning of. You don't even have to be in there for a whole 30 minutes, whole 20 minutes. You don't even have to be in there for 10 minutes. Just lather a good soap bar, the hotel soap bar that you're at. Just lather that soap on. Rinse it off. You don't need lotion or perfume. If you don't have it, you don't have it. But please, at least something so where you are not stinking. Number 2, it has to do with the crowds. And every year, you think the line management and the crowd management will get better, and it never does. Why is this the 3rd, 4th year that I've gone and the crowd has not gotten better? It has, in fact, got worse. I didn't meet any of the celebrities because of this fact. I didn't want to sit through a line. Like, me and my sister normally get 2-day passes. We get one day to, meet celebrities, get autographs, this and the third. And the second day we do for, like, shopping, actually.
What is going on with that? Like, I do remember, like, the previous conventions I've gone to in the 2010s and before is, sometimes you will find certain anime fans that they just skip a shower for some reason, and then they wonder why girls don't like them, right? I did remember, like, there were some smelly people there, but it wasn't like, but now there's been, like, even more complaints. Like, if you go to TikTok, it's just, everybody's complaining that one of the worst things about an anime convention is the people in it that don't freaking take a shower. People don't take a shower. That's crazy. That is crazy. Just imagine you're in one of these crowds like Anime Boston or Anime Expo. You're in one of these freaking crowds, and you're standing a bunch of smelly nerds. And it's not just the boys too. It's not just the boys. It's also the girls. There's some smelly chicks out there, man. I'm just saying. But yeah, you're standing next to a bunch of smelly nerds that waiting at like a panel, or waiting somewhere, waiting in some line at the food court or whatever, and you're really thinking about just leaving the convention altogether. Like, you know what? Forget this 3-day pass. I am done. I just want to get the heck up out of here. Oh man, that's how bad it's gotten. Right? So one last thing that I want to say is that seeing how, if you want to experience geek culture how it used to be back in the day, in the 2000s, in the 2010s, one of the things that I recommend doing is just, leave the country. Leave. Seriously. For real. I'm not joking. Like, leave the country. Because geek culture, I mean, I know it's very extreme here in America, but in other countries, if you go to Japan, if you go to Korea, heck, China, Thailand, there's Thailand anime conventions too. They're in the Philippines. I went to an anime convention in the Philippines. It was pretty dope. You could talk to people. It was kind of small, but still, it was nice. And it's still there. It's still strong, and people still want to make friends, right? So I just recommend, if you want to experience the culture like it used to be, then go to another country. In Mexico, Mexicans are crazy about Dragon Ball. Huge Dragon Ball community over there. Go to an anime convention over there, and you'll see how much different it is, how much more fun it is, So it's kind of sad that many solutions, if you live in America now, many solutions now is just to get up and leave. That's what it's coming to. Like, when it comes to everything, the cost of living, the quality of food, making friends, culture, finding love, all that stuff. Is many of the answers that people are coming up with is to leave. because other cultures have not been corrupted like America has. And it's a very sad thing to say because look, I do love America. At least let me let me make this clear. What America is on paper, what it is on paper, I do still I am proud of that, what it is on paper. Right? What it stands for on paper. But in reality, it's become unbearable. It's become unbearable. That's why many people just want to get up and get out. And you can't blame them. You can't blame anybody, you know? You really cannot blame anybody. But anyways, I'm gonna leave the video right there. Guys, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Everybody's your boy Andy Matrix. Godspeed, baby.